We lead into our Iowa Almanac segment this morning with Professor Jeff Stein. Of course, we were talking flooding in the eastern part of Iowa yesterday. A little bit closer home to home today.
No question about it. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Just starting to get wet here. Nothing like what y'all have had there so far. We have to really think for those people because we need moisture, but not all in one night.
Yeah, it came down in a hurry, up to 2 inches, a little more than 2 inches in some areas in more than an hour. So hopefully it got out of its system before it got to you, but we'll keep an eye on that as well. But we're talking about something that was a rain-related event, right?
Absolutely. Yesterday, of course, as Jackie mentioned, we were talking about the impact of the devastating floods of 2008 on Cedar Rapids. Well, of course, river flooding affected just about everybody in the state, including central Iowa, and that included the capital city of Des Moines. And it led to a rather unique sporting event being held on this date, June 14th, Flag Day of 2008. The floodwaters were rising in the Des Moines metro area, and an evacuation order was put in place for downtown Des Moines. The Iowa Cubs were going to have to cancel some scheduled games against the Nashville Sounds. Turns out the Sounds were already in town before all of the bad weather hit. Weather issues earlier in that rainy spring had already led to a number of I-Cub games having to be postponed and made up as double headers going forward. And as team officials looked at the schedule, there were very few dates available for rescheduling these Nashville games. Friday and Saturday games for sure were going to have to be postponed. And what about the pitching staff with all of those double headers? So team officials, after looking at the calendar and assessing the situation, made a deal with the city of Des Moines. They would actually play the game on Saturday afternoon, but no fans were allowed to attend. The official attendance for that game, 0. And to cut down on the temptation of fans violating the evacuation order and coming anywhere near the ballpark, the team did not use the scoreboard or the public address system. And no walk-up music as batters came to the plate as well. The only sounds for the very few people in the stadium, the cracks of the bat, the balls hitting the gloves, and whatever chatter came from the players themselves. One player said it was like a sandlot game, only with real uniforms. Iowa won that game 5-4, and they went on to win 83 games that year on their way to a division title. But no game was more memorable than the one played with no fans due to concerns about flooding in Des Moines. It happened on this date 10 years ago.
Wow, I remember that like it was yesterday. Just an amazing deal that they had to do down there. And again, you said the other team was already here. Might as well play.
They could get to the ballpark, but again, the ballpark was kind of an island.
Right.
And it was just the oddest thing because I wouldn't have thought about the lure of the sounds and the scoreboard and the music. You know, people just walking on down there into what could have been an unsafe area. It wouldn't have occurred to me to turn all of that off, but they did. Had to be just an eerie sight to be a part of.
Yeah, but again, that's something we won't forget.
Absolutely, and that's why it's part of our history, and that's why we're talking about it this morning. Hopefully, thankfully, even though we're doing some dealing with some flooding this morning in the north of us, not dealing with those depths of water around the metro this morning. If people want more details or to remember back, everyone's talking about this today because it happened 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Unbelievable, up on that anniversary already. People want to go back and remember, or maybe, I don't know if they want to remember, but just be a part of the history again. Where should they go, Professor?
You can go to iowaalmanac.com. Yeah, this is one of the unique professional sporting events in American history. You'll find it many places, but why not just go close to home? iowaalmanac.com.
That works. All right, sir. We will talk to you tomorrow morning. Try to stay dry, and we'll have a great day.
You do the same. Talk to you then.
Thank you so much.